Do. Oh, it's you. Hey, if you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all my stuff. You know, if you want to. Yeah. Enjoy the video. So, while I have Apex Legends downloading in the background, I think that's going to be a part of my next live stream, probably after another live stream of Fortnite. While that's downloading in the background, I'm going to talk about my experiences and how I was introduced to music. So the first time I was introduced with music, I remember growing up in Staten Island, New York, the home of the Wu-Tang Clan, all that. And so growing up in Staten Island, New York, the first music I was introduced to was rock and roll. That was the first music I was introduced to. I remember the first song, if I can remember correctly, because I'm not going to call Metallica rock and roll. They were more like early metal. But the first song I was introduced to was a song by, I think it was Smashing Pumpkins, called I'm Awake Now. That was the first song, and I loved that song. And it introduced me to other songs like Black, by a Pearl Jam. It introduced me to a lot of different people and bands from then on in. I think that had a lot to do with it was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was most of his songs were very rock oriented, and he used to have Slash and like some of his songs and stuff like that. But yeah, rock and roll was the first form of music that I was introduced to, and the first time I heard it, I loved it. And then after that came hip hop. I got introduced to a hip hop, and I fell in love with hip hop probably just as you hear me? Just as much, if not more. So, the first Wu-Tang album I heard, of course, was Enter the 36 Chambers. And it was amazing. The first song I heard, is probably what everybody heard, was The Mystery of Chess Boxing. And so it was like, I remember when I first heard it, I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia. I'm like cocaine straight from Bolivia. My hip hop will rock and shock the nation. I give you masturbation and confirmation. Yeah, the first time I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then I heard Wu-Tang Clan ain't none with, and you know what I'm saying, METHOD, man, hey, you know, all of that, you know what I'm saying, like I heard all of that, and then it just introduced me, like, they became like my Avengers, like my X-Men, my just hometown heroes, and they always been, you know what I'm saying, to this day, those are people that I look up to. It's all like the Wu-Tang Clan, because all of them had their own style of like rapping, you know what I'm saying. RZA was like, oh my goodness, man, he was like the mathematician, you know what I'm saying. GZA, man, he was the scientist, you know what I'm saying. GZA, genius, you know what I'm saying. Ghostface Killah and Raekwon, they were like the swagged out, you know what I'm saying. They were like the swagged out, you know what I'm saying. They kind of fed off of each other's energy, you know what I'm saying. And then of course, like Method Man, you know, everybody looked up to a Method Man. All the girls loved them or whatever. All of the dudes wanted to be him, and that was just an amazing part of history for me. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang Clan, and then I fell in love with a Wu-Tang Forever. You know what I'm saying? my personal opinion, I love both albums, but I think that Wu-Tang Forever is a little better than 36 Chambers. But that's just me. I love Wu-Tang Forever album. I mean, I play both of them religiously, but Wu-Tang Forever is where it's at for me. And what was next? It was Wu-Tang, and then I started listening to Nas. It was the first Nas album I listened to. I remember the first Nas song I heard was "It Ain't Hard to Tell." It ain't hard to tell. You know, I'm saying that was dope, man. It ain't hard to tell. Crap, what was my favorite album? I would say my favorite album from him would be, ooh, this is a hard one. I want to say It Was Written. Crap, I don't know if I could really crap. Let me see. Where was that song from? You know what? I'll just look it up. Because there was a song that I fell in love with, and it was on that I was right. It was on it was written, not the song that I was just singing or whatever, but the one song that I'm thinking about is on it was on It Was Written. So it goes to me. It goes, It Was Written, Illmatic, and then so on and so forth. I didn't fall in love with all of his albums, but and then it was Nas, and then it was Onyx. The first Onyx song I heard was Slang, da, 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 let the boys be boys. That was dope, man. I remember I liked the whole Onyx, but Sticky Fingers was, oh my, Sticky Fingers can flow for days, man. He can shoot in, like, he had that like hardcore rebel style. And I remember the first time I heard Wu-Tang and Onyx, oh my goodness, Wu-Tang and Onyx, I was like a dream for me, man. That was all like the X-Men teaming up with the Avengers, man. It was freaking super duper lit, and it was something that I always like appreciated, man. It was all like, I remember, I got to turn these lights down. It's too daggone bright in here. But where was I? I remember when Wu-Tang and Onyx came out. That was so dope, and it was so amazing. So like I remember when it came out. I remember the first I seen the video first. So I recorded it. Man, this light is too bright now. So like I recorded it, and then I recorded the video, excuse me. I recorded the video on a VHS tape. And like I kept rewinding it and rewinding it and rewinding it and rewinding it every time I was home. I was watching that video because it was so freaking dope. So like I fell in love with like hip hop on like a different level, because it just spoke to me a lot more. And then of course, you know, Jay-Z. Oh my god, Jay-Z. I can talk about Jay-Z and his lyrics all day. Who else? I liked Cannabis. Cannabis was like, he was like a breath of fresh air. And his bars were crazy nice, man. It was like scientifical bars, man. Like he used to spit the illest rhymes. And then of course, you know, so I think I already said DMX. DMX, It's Dark and Hell Is Hot. That was my favorite album by him. And it was all like, man, A Tribe Called Quest, Camp Low. Man, I could just keep going and going and going. But all of these experiences, because when I think about all of these all of these songs and like all of these like rap albums. The only thing I remember is going outside New York City, projects, you know what I'm saying, big old project buildings, going and like running to the sprinklers and everything like that, and like those songs play in my head. Probably not it's dark and hell is hot, but you know what I'm saying, songs like, you know, Wu-Tang Enter the 36 Chambers and like Wu-Tang Forever, Nas, Illmatic, you know, stuff like that. All of that stuff plays in my head, and those are just fond memories for me. Just like how I told y'all in the last video about how video games influenced me so much. Songs, you know what I'm saying, songs like, you know, music influenced me too, you know what I'm saying. Like I love the sound of a guitar, drums, you know what I'm saying, violin, you know what I'm saying. It's all like music influences everybody, and it played a big part of my life. I mean, think about it. If it wasn't for music, if it wasn't for you listening to music, how would you be able to focus on certain things? How would you be able to calm down about certain things? I know there's been plenty of times when I came home and I'm just angry because of what somebody said, would like somebody text me, or you know what I'm saying, just like people on you. And like, how many times does music actually save you from actually going out there and making a fool of yourself, or going out there and fighting when you don't need to fight? You know what I'm saying? I always say the same thing all the time. There is nothing more sad than seeing two grown men fight, rolling around on the ground for nothing, especially if you're not getting paid for it, like if you're not in the UFC or anything. But there's nothing more sad than grown dudes going out there and fighting over a girl, or like going out there and fighting over like stupid things that they say to each other. There's nothing more embarrassing. So music saved me from a lot of that. Sometimes it's like better just to come home, put on your like headphones and just listen to your favorite songs, you know what I'm saying, so they can relate to you. When it comes to music now, I still listen to a lot of old school music. When it comes to rap, when it comes to soul music, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I listen to the Jackson 5. Sometimes, who else? I listen to the Force MDs. You know, I listen to a Shy sometimes, and I definitely listen to Aaliyah. I had a big crush on Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying. I still do. I'm not gonna say I used to. I still do, you know what I'm saying, because her spirit's resting up in a heaven, you know. So it's all like, and now I like a lot of music I listen to now. It's like a lot of people don't really like. A lot of people know, but not as much as, you know, like people like Kendrick. Man, I forgot to mention Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, definitely some of my favorite rappers of this age. But yeah, I listen to Teflon Sega. If y'all don't know who he is, check him out on YouTube. His name is Teflon Sega. He's an awesome singer. He makes great music. My favorite songs that he got is a song called Everything. He has a song called Closure. He has a song called Damage. What else? He has a song called Fade to Black. It's amazing, man. He got way more than that, man. Go check him out. Like and subscribe to like his page. If he has a Patreon, support him, because that dude, he needs to be mainstream by now. Who else? You know, I'm just gonna pull out my phone and I'm gonna tell y'all who I'm listening to now. You know what I'm saying? These are the now people, you know, because everybody else had their time. You know what I'm saying? This is now. It's time to give other people a shot too. There's a kid called forgive me if I don't pronounce your name right. His name is Grantramil. But my favorite song by him is Worst Enemy, and he has another one called Teenage Rage. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name. Please forgive me. I'm just going off on a whim, and I'm just trying to give y'all props while y'all still here. And then there's another dude called Shakir. My favorite song by him is it's called "Let Me Go." Um, what else? What else? What else? Oh, there's what's his name? Oh my gosh, he's like, oh, Shyler. Shyler. If y'all don't know who he is, go check him out too. Definitely go check him out. One of my favorite songs by him is "Famous." He has another one called "Haunted," and then another one called "Scars." Jordan Hollywood, "Leave Me." That's the only song that I heard of him so far, but I love that song. That beat is amazing. And for Rose, and again, if I said that wrong, my bad. But he has a song called "Drunk," and like it's a nice song about like how I guess he's saying like when I get drunk I do certain things, like I call you when I'm drunk. I love on you when I'm drunk. You know, stuff like that. Always Never is dope. My favorite songs by him, he has a song called "Hopeless." He has a song called I think it's called "Worse." I think Prince of the Falls. Prince of the Falls is one of my favorites. Like his album is just freaking dope, man. My favorite songs by him is "Nights Like This," "Marlboro," and "I Felt Nothing," Blood Type Blue. Basically, his like whole album is pretty dope. I like it. I already told you about Shyler. There's another dude called District, I think his name is District. One of his songs that he has on here is called "Last Remark." Last Remarks is something that all of us felt, you know what I'm saying, when like we get just left high and dry by like a girl or a guy, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, once you heal, you know what I'm saying, you want to tell them the things that you wanted to tell them, like that you should have been strong enough to say, instead of begging for them back or whatever like that, you know. So it's all like that. There's a dude called Darcy. It's his favorite songs that I like is called "Serotonin" and "Two Up." Those are my two favorite songs by him. I got some Childish Gambino on here, but who doesn't? Childish Gambino. I've been riding with Childish Gambino. Let me go on a rant. I've been riding with Childish Gambino for so long, when people was just calling him just a nerdy dude. Because I mean, I'm a nerd myself, but this dude had talent for days. I mean, he can act, comedy, everything. This dude has been the most dope, just creative person in a long time, and I appreciate him. You know, if you ever see this Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, I appreciate you. You know, ever since you was in a Community, and I've listened to and I own all of your albums, you know, before everything got popular, you know, and I still support you to this day. Let me see. St. John, of course, my favorite song by him is called "Lust." Let's see. I don't want to leave anybody out that let me see. And of course, Jones. My favorite song by her is "Indulge" and "Rainbow." One of the two of the best songs I ever heard. Let me see. I'll give y'all a few more, and then I'll stop. So there's an artist. I'm not sure if this is an artist or a band, but I've recently stumbled onto him. It's called SMNM. SMN as in Nicholas, M as in Michael. So my favorite song by him or them is "Everything," and then there's another one called "Million" featuring Compulsive. And those are the newest people that I like. Those are the newest people. And I just want to say that music is going to continue to influence me in several different ways, and it's going to inspire me in so many more. I mean, this is why I'm doing videos like this. This is why I'm on YouTube or like other platforms trying to promote myself, because I've been talking about people being creative so much that I never stop to think of, am I creative? Or if I can actually use my creative talents to actually, you know, work for myself and just enjoy it instead of doing something I don't enjoy. So my gift to you today is just advice, you know, which I'm going to try to do at the end of all of my videos, but if I can, I can. If you want to be creative, then just be creative. Try to. Because everybody's good at something. You know, everybody's good at something. I don't want anybody to think that they're useless because they look on TV and you see like a singer, a rapper, or a actor and say, well, I can't do that, but it looks fun and I really enjoy it. Like, I enjoy different avenues of stuff. Like I enjoy music, I enjoy gaming, I enjoy reading, I enjoy movies, I enjoy TV shows, I enjoy plays, I enjoy musicals, I enjoy just different types of things, and I just wanna give that back, you know what I'm saying, show y'all, you know, what I can do, because y'all seen what everybody else can do. Now it's my turn to show y'all. So yeah, if you like creative things, try to create. You might be surprised at yourself. But if you like what you see here, make sure you click and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay up to date on all of my content. Everybody have a peaceful day.